From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, August 12th. We had some really severe storms yesterday, and we have more severe weather possible today. Here's Marcus Bailey with a weather alert.
We're in for another round of severe weather today. I don't think the ceiling is as high. And I don't want to brush that off, right? Because I do think we could have the chance for some pretty nasty storms. Right now, the threat this morning is flooding because we're seeing heavy rain kind of over the same areas here. All of the flashing polygons that you see here this morning are flash flood warnings. It's this area right here. And basically, these storms are moving in this direction, but we're seeing them kind of regenerate on the back end here with kind of a low-level jet that's streaming across the eastern part of the state. So many of these areas here in eastern Indiana have received maybe 2 to 3 inches over the last couple of hours, maybe over the last hour. And so that is where you're running into a lot of problems here. Now, nothing severe here. This is strictly a flooding threat, but it is very much a concern. All right, we'll kind of dive in deep here a little bit as we go throughout the rest of the morning here on Daybreak. Flood watch continues until midnight. An additional 1 to 3 inches possible with, like what we're seeing in eastern Indiana, locally higher amounts will be possible. We also have a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather for most of central and southern Indiana. Wind is the primary concern here. We do have a slightly higher tornado threat than yesterday, and then obviously flooding because we've had so much rain, the primary concern currently. Right now, it's 69. The dew point is down a little bit compared to yesterday. Storm Track 8 Futurecast showing the rain here to the east. We'll likely have some of these storms just kind of firing through mid-morning and then afternoon. Just like yesterday, we're going to see another complex coming out of Illinois, and by mid to late afternoon, meaning end of the school day, and then going into the evening drive, we could potentially have another very gusty line of storms to contend with.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecasts, radar, and Indiana sports all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
Officials in Jennings County say a fallen tree killed a 4-year-old in the storms, and the severe weather delayed first responders in Portage, where a person died in a fire. There's also a lot of places that are without power this morning. The storms also caused damage across the state. News 8's Kat Sandoval takes us to a home on the north side of Indianapolis as crews cleaned up.
This is a tree that fell and split the house in two. Crews tell me it weighs roughly 15 to 20,000 pounds. As crews cut the tree down, you could see that large trunk sticking out of this north side home located on East 55th Street and Winthrop Avenue. The damage is devastating. Owners of the home are thankful no one was inside. They tell me this is a rental and it's currently vacant, but the tree damaged half their home. They say the dining room, kitchen, and living room are completely destroyed. Neighbors tell me it happened around 2 p.m.
I heard a large crash. It sounded like one of those energy boxes up on top of a pole blowing. And we've had that a lot around here, but this was different, and it was loud.
Crews worked swiftly to assess and clean up the damage. The large tree also hit a second home. The damage there, minor.
Remove everything completely, And then all of this stuff right here, we're gonna put up into this truck, and it'll look like we've never been here besides the house being crushed.
The road was blocked for a few hours as neighbors watched. They tell me they're grateful no one was hurt. Owners of the home say they have insurance and will get to rebuilding later down the line.
I couldn't believe that so much damage from one tree.
The crew tells me it'll take about 3.5 hours to complete the job. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval for Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Wish TV's Justin Rizzavi shows us the impact of the storms throughout the state.
Storms sweeping through much of Indiana Tuesday. The damaging winds downing trees in Indianapolis. And in the small city of North Vernon, where the Jennings County Sheriff's Office reports a 4-year-old boy died after becoming trapped by a tree that fell on the back of a home.
This is a pretty heavily wooded neighborhood, a lot of homes, and unfortunately this is just a tragic accident that happened.
The storm's hitting northern Indiana as well. Up in Portage, one person dying in a structure fire when first responders were delayed in reaching them due to the intense storm conditions. And in Warren County, a viewer reporting seeing nickel-sized hail. While in Shelby County, another viewer reporting the winds picked up and turned the family's pool upside down. The storm also causing gate closures and shelter indoor orders at the Indiana State Fair. Fairgoers taking cover as strong winds blew State Fair decor around. The gates eventually reopening amid overcast skies and drizzling.
We were a little concerned about home because apparently there was bad weather today in Cincinnati too. We still had a wonderful time. Just come prepared. Bring a poncho, bring umbrellas, just prepared.
Weather officials advising Hoosiers to not let their guard down with a chance of more storms on Wednesday. I'm Justin Rizzavi for Wish TV and wishtv.com.
On the south side of Indianapolis, a tree crashed onto a home near the Stop 11 Road and Shelby Road, causing severe damage. A viewer sent us some pictures. You can see it on wishtv.com. They say a powerful wind knocked down the tree in the front yard, sending it through the roof. The homeowner's sister says she was not home at the time, and her 3 dogs were not hurt either. She says at least 2 rooms were destroyed, though, and you cannot live in the house anymore. Tree limbs also crashed through the bathroom, causing significant damage inside. IMPD says a man is critically hurt after the son of a woman he was abusing shot him behind a Southside restaurant. It happened at the Carrabba's Italian Grill on Southport Road off of I-65. Investigators say the man was hurting a woman in the parking lot. Then the woman's son showed up and shot the man. Police did not identify any of the people involved. IMPD says the Marion County Prosecutor's Office will determine if any criminal charges should be filed. Wish TV is your education station. New state testing results show Indiana students are making gains in reading. iRead results show nearly 89% of third graders are now reading proficiently. That's up 7.5 points since 2021. Black students are up more than 18 points, and Hispanic students are up more than 11 points in that same time.
Really, really proud of our teachers, our parents, and our families, our students across Indiana. So now, instead of saying 1 in 5 students are struggling to read in Indiana, we can say 9 out of 10 students in Indiana are reading. And we'll keep pushing.
State officials say that the results also show the areas that need improvement. iLearn results show only 42% of students were proficient in English language arts and 42.7% were proficient in math. State leaders say those iLearn results come after a redesign of the test, so they can't be compared to other years. Here in Indianapolis, Mayor Joe Hogsett's proposed budget for next year would build the city's first new police district headquarters in more than 30 years. That's just one piece of a nearly $2 billion spending plan. News 8's government reporter, Garrett Berquist, shows us how the mayor wants to spend your tax dollars.
Hogsett's proposed budget would authorize borrowing money to replace IMPD's North District headquarters, which opened in 1990. The police union says this not only would help existing officers do their jobs, but also would help recruit new officers. Hogsett's proposed budget sets aside nearly $400 million for IMPD. That does not include more than $27 million worth of bonds to replace this building and a Department of Public Works facility.
The reason why it's important is because those facilities, like all, really have started to become dilapidated. It was really, it's been in existence as a build for the old IPD, Indianapolis Police Department.
Public safety initiatives make up 40% of Hogsett's 2027 budget. Snyder tells me the money also covers new patrol cars and pay increases the union negotiated.
So what we have said is you must retain first, recruitment will follow. Having quality facilities, quality equipment, and quality officers are what attract new recruits to IMPD versus other agencies that they can go to.
There's a lot of emphasis on gun violence and crime. There is not that much emphasis on traffic violence. And there are many more traffic crashes with fatalities and injuries.
Hogsett's budget boosts Department of Public Works funding by about 30%. That's one of the largest increases in the budget. It includes funding for a quick build program for quick fixes to problem intersections, while engineers figure out more permanent solutions. Schmucker says that's a start, but she's disappointed Hogsett's budget made little mention of Vision Zero pedestrian safety programs besides that. She says the council's decision to override Hogsett's veto of a new wheel tax provides an opportunity for more road safety projects.
I can't tell you how many potholes I have to avoid on my bike rides. And if I'm swerving around and there's a car behind me, that can be it, you know. Or if I hit the pothole and it's a deep pothole, that can be an injury.
Individual departments will present their budget requests over the next month. The full council is scheduled to hold a public hearing on the budget on September 22nd, and the final vote is set for October 19th. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Happening today, the Mass Ave Cultural Arts District will hold its first land use workshop. The goal is to figure out how to preserve the area's history while also planning for the future. People who live in the area, businesses, and workers can all share their ideas for the area. Organizers say nearly 20% of the land is vacant, including parking lots and empty buildings. The workshop starts at 3:30 this afternoon at the Athenaeum.
So we're thinking about ways to strategically think about land use in a way that's going to make it more productive and more holistically valuable for the city and the residents of the Mass Ave Cultural Arts District. This is our first opportunity we're offering leaders of the public, the wider public as a whole, to really look at some of the concepts we've detailed for the future of Mass Ave, and really we're soliciting that input. We want to know what people are thinking and what the solutions are for the district as a whole going in the future.
Organizers say this is the first of 3 Mass Ave Next Vision Plan workshops this year. Final planning report will then be released in December. In Colombia, rescue and recovery efforts are underway after an earthquake killed more than 200 people. Officials say thousands of others are still missing and nearly 3,000 people are hurt. Reed Binion reports.
Colombia's president on Tuesday touring areas devastated by the massive earthquake that rocked the country Monday, the government declaring a national disaster as the nation's army deploys forces to the most gravely devastated areas. Some areas hard to reach, including near the quake's epicenter, have yet to receive help, according to one indigenous leader. A United Nations official says distribution of food is critical in the coming days. World leaders are offering assistance, and so are aid groups.
We've already deployed a team. They're already on the ground. The devastation is vast, and it covers a large geographical area. Volunteers in the U.S. also doing what they can to help.
Just trying to help out, whoever might need it.
Those relief efforts coming amid ongoing rescue efforts. Emergency responders racing to find people still buried under the rubble. Volunteers aiding in the daunting task of locating survivors. Video shows the moment an infant was pulled from the wreckage of an apartment building. One of the rescuers said he and several other civilians helped save the child after he heard someone under the rubble calling for help. The assistance from volunteers coming as first responders need all the help they can get amid the massive rescue effort. Crews also utilizing specialized search and rescue dogs that Colombian police say are playing a key role. I'm Reed Binion for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Happening today at the Indiana State Fair, the American Dairy Association of Indiana will unveil 1,600 pounds of cheese all in a sculpture. It is hand-carved, and it's a mix of cheddar cheeses. Officials say they're going to reveal it at noon, and it will stay on display until the last day of the fair on August 23rd. Rock bands Warrant and Vixen perform tonight on the Hoosier Lottery Free Stage. Concert starts at 6:30. Indiana Fever are marking one of their best halves of the season. The team shot 59% from the field, 79% on three-pointers. Caitlin Clark finished with 22 points, and Kelsey Mitchell scored a game-high 28 points. Fever beat the New York Liberty 106-92, and although it was a big win for the team, all eyes are on head coach Stephanie White. She is defending herself after people criticized her, saying she's not protecting her team. In a pregame outburst, White spoke about the criticism she's received over Chicago Sky forward Dejanay Carrington's flagrant foul against Sophie Cunningham in Saturday's game. Carrington was automatically ejected from the game. She then posted the words "white privilege" and tagged the Fever on social media. Critics claim White defended Carrington when she said she did not believe she intentionally hit Cunningham. White says she wants people to focus on the sport.
Any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back. I ride with them 10 toes down all the time. All the time. They know that. It's a shame that we can't have an opportunity to talk about what great basketball they're playing. Because they are playing. The hate, the fear-mongering, the divisiveness, the stuff that's trying to hijack our league will not win. We are united. We are connected. We will not be divided. Every day these women put their on the line. Every day. When they go low, we go high. Love will win. Grace will win. Humility will win. And kindness will win. I stand by them. I will always stand by them. Everybody else can go to hell.
Carrington says she never claimed the foul was white privilege. The Fever hosts Dallas on Friday. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. Football season's almost here. Sports director Anthony Calhoun is in Foxborough with the Colts ahead of their first preseason game tomorrow.
Well, hello from Foxborough as the Indianapolis Colts get ready for their first preseason game coming up on Thursday night against the Patriots. Yesterday, they had their joint practice session with the Patriots. We'll talk more about that in a moment. We begin, though, this morning talking about the Colts and the big news surrounding their wide receiver, Alec Pierce, the same guy who signed that $114 million deal with the organization during the offseason. Well, he had surgery on his ankle in March, and still today we have yet to see him hit the field in practice with this team. Now, there's been so many stories, so many speculations on if Alec Pierce will even be ready to go week one of the NFL season. Well, on Tuesday, Colts general manager Chris Ballard, he set the record straight surrounding a star receiver and Alec Pierce. Here's a look at some of the timeline here. Now, Ballard told us yesterday that Pierce has only had one PRP injection on that ankle because of soreness. That took place in January. Now, there was reports that he had more than one, but that's not the case, according to Chris Ballard. Also, we know he had surgery in March. We're told that his rehabbing is going well right now. There's no setback at all. As a matter of fact, folks, we saw him yesterday. He actually did some field work with the team, but off to the side of the field. But he is here with the Colts. And Ballard also mentioned that as of right now, they're anticipating, yes, Alec Pierce to be ready to go week one when they take on the Ravens at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. Meanwhile, as far as the team itself, they hit the practice field yesterday around 10 o'clock in the morning. They were out there about 2.5 hours. No doubt Shane Steichen, Daniel Jones, excited to have this opportunity to go up against someone else rather than their teammates and their team. Yes, taking on that Patriots team that won the AFC last year. Daniel Jones, folks, I tell you, he looked great, solid as ever, like he's been all camp long. As a matter of fact, he had 11 straight, that offense, of straight completions, 11 passes. Job well done by him on that 7-on-7 drills they had against the Patriots. As far as the defense, well, Cam Bynum, he looked good as well. Nice interception against Drake May. Overall, a good day indeed for Shane Steichen and his team.
Obviously competitive. Obviously they played in the Super Bowl, last year, so it was good to get that competition. Like I said, a lot of back and forth. Ended it with the 2-minute drive there at the end. One's got some reps, two's got some reps. Really pleased with the first offense going there. And same thing with the defense, Cam Pine getting a pick there to end it, so it was awesome.
It's definitely cool, bond with your team, get out of Indy a little bit. Camp's we're staying in a hotel for a long time, so being able to get out for a couple of days is pretty cool and compete against another team. So I thought it was definitely fun out here today, and we're going to prepare for the game on Thursday.
Yeah, it's good to, change the scenery, throughout camp to be able to play great defense in the Patriots and, likewise for our defense with our offense. But yeah, it's good to be out here and get some good work and excited to, keep working throughout this week and then for the game on Thursday.
So no doubt a great day here for Shane Steichen and his football team. Now the team will have today off, and then of course they'll get ready for the preseason game coming up on Thursday right here in Foxborough. Now Shane Steichen did tell us yesterday that as far as the quarterback situation, Anthony Richardson, he'll get the start against the Patriots this week. Next week, Riley Leonard will start for the Horseshoe. As far as Daniel Jones, we don't expect to see him at all during the preseason. Of course, we got much more on the Horseshoe coming up tonight, live here from Foxborough, covering your Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Calhoun, Wish TV, and WishTV.com.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.